Coming up, our television reviewer looks at the new fall season.
Please, God, I want to be president so badly. Please, 1988, just this one thing.
This is Mad Dog calling Holy Papa. Come back, good buddy. Mad Dog calling Holy Papa.
Breaker, this is Holy Papa. Any of you truckers know a good place to start for the night? Looking for some shutter. Over there to the left would be good.
I know a nun who's so fat, when she sits around the convent, she sits around the convent. I ran into a bum yesterday who said he hadn't had a bite for 3 days, so I fed him.
Are CIA-backed Contras killing innocent peasants in Nicaragua to interfere with that nation's coffee harvest? To answer that and other questions, we have with us tonight Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan of New York, a member of the Senate CIA Oversight Committee. Senator, has the CIA been forthcoming in responding to those allegations?
I wish they had done early and quickly. They are now announced that they will do so on Monday. Let me start again, all right?
Yes, certainly, Senator.
We have not got any answers, and we are told that we will get answers not Friday when we asked for them, which seemed reasonable, but Monday.
Yes, Senator, but
Say that again.
All right, Senator, but please, we are running out of time.
I had wished the agency had told us Tuesday. I asked them to tell us Friday. They now say Monday.
Okay, so you're saying you don't know anything right now?
Let me start again, all right?
Oh, Senator, we have run out of time.
I might maybe just shut up.
Yes, sir, I think that would be a good idea. We'll be right back.
Dogs love marijuana. The scent alone drives them crazy. So we put over an ounce of marijuana into every can of new Arpo Gold dog food. Yes, sir. Arpo Gold's just no run-of-the-mill street pot, but a super potent dynamite sensimilla from Maui. All female buds. I mean, this stuff will knock most dogs right on their ass. Watch this. We hid a can of Arpo Gold in a suitcase in the baggage holding area. Now, Arpo Gold is loaded with all the minimum daily requirement stuff, plus a whole lot more. We've added THC, hash oil, Thai sticks, LSD, magic mushrooms, you name it. And as you can see, Fido here could hardly wait to get to it. And your dog will feel the same way. So be sure and... I've got to go now and spread the word about new Arpo Gold.
Tried to strengthen it in every way I could by putting legislation in providing for a full-time Undersecretary for Economic Affairs to put economics and political affairs on a co-equal basis in the State Department. Could you tell this Congress of the United States, and particularly the Senate Foreign Relations Committee?
Well, Mr. Chairman, I think this is going to depend in large measure the degree to which we as a nation are engaged in the process of the selection.
This nation is a nation dependent more and more on imports. Keeping the sea lanes open is absolutely crucial for every single American here at home. I can't imagine having, again, anyone else heading the State Department. Now with a strong business background, tie those two together. Obviously, a strong economy makes possible strong establishment. All intertwined. Last year, Senator Javits has been a strong exponent of this agency. Senator Rivikoff and I introduced a bill and we added a promotion emphasis on OPEC's mandate.
How could a mortal woman stay so young for so long? Was it cosmetic surgery, spiritual rebirth, or was she Satan's slave? No one under 17 admitted.
This is one very special thrill for me to serve you. How'd your meeting go?
We had very satisfactory talks, and we're now all out of family supper.
Oh, great. Smash it. You know, my wife is not going to believe this. She's going to say to me, Georgie, you are lying to me, Georgie. But I'm not. Hey, here I am.
We're getting very hungry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we got bologna on white, hard-boiled eggs, chicken franks. Special for the day is kidney pie. That's a slab. That'll fill you up.
Oh, that's Mom.
Yeah, okay, good. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta go now. But my cousin Max won't take care of you.
Are you going off to have supper somewhere?
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't touch the food in this joint. I'm kidding.
General Manuel Noriega, Panama's military strongman. He's been on the CIA payroll for over 10 years at $2 million per year. What did he do with all the money? Why, just what you or I would have done. He converted his country's military into a drug-running operation and bought all the Colombian cocaine he could get his hands on. Now he's opened a nationwide chain of drug supermarkets for our shopping convenience. It's opening day at Noriega's, where drugs cost less because you've already paid for them.
And now, an NTN News Digest with Bob Charles.
Joining me in the studio are Helen St. Thomas and Frosty Kimmelman. And our special guest tonight, former National Security Advisor, Bud McFarland. Mr. McFarland.
Bob, before we begin, is there any chance of having some food brought in? I'm starving.
Oh, sure. That's great. Bud, you're not handling any of these stories, really. Why don't you run down to Capital Cold Cuts? Bring us back some sandwiches.
Uh-huh.
I'll have corned beef on rye, Russian dressing, and a pickle.
Mm-hmm.
Make mine a fruit salad.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'll have a turkey on a Kaiser roll.
Okay.
And, Buddy, you be sure to get something for yourself.
Good.
It's on us.
Thanks a lot.
And, Bud, hurry.
Sure enough.
Okay. Helen.
Iran announced today that it recently fired a giant missile at its hostile neighbor, Iraq. The massive weapon is expected to reach Iraq in about 3 weeks.
And on the peace front, President Reagan and Colonel Gaddafi are making a determined effort to raise the tone of their personal exchanges to a level commensurate with the dignity of their high offices.
You will see, Reagan is liar.
Takes one to know one.
More after this.
In case you haven't noticed, frogs are in season. So hop on down to IHOP, the International House of Frogs. Enjoy juicy, fat frog's legs, fixed the way you like them, and all the frog's arms you can eat. Look for Phineas Frog. That's IHOP, where the elite meet to eat frogs.
The president entertained Soviet Foreign Minister Andrei Gromyko at the White House today with his amateur magic show. The hit of the afternoon was the Magic Columns trick, a presidential favorite, which the Soviet ambassador especially enjoyed. Also in the news, Marineland, purchased last month by a publishing house, has been closed down and will be destroyed, according to the new owners. As a result, Shamu flew home in his own private jet. Now, somebody just handed me a brown paper bag with only a pickle in it. No sandwich. Bud McFarland, did you eat my corned beef on rye?
I didn't buy it, I didn't present it, I didn't eat it, I didn't get involved with it.
All right, fine. What about the dessert? Did you bring dessert?
Yes, there was a cake.
Well, where is it? Did you eat that too?
I ate it, Bob.
I was hungry.
This isn't fresh fruit. It's canned.
This isn't turkey, it's tuna.
I am referring to Dr. Andrei Sakharov, whose letter was secretly transmitted to the outside world from within the Soviet Union, where he has been internally exiled. It is important that the common danger be fully understood. Everything else will then fall into place. If the destruction of KAL 007 helps us to understand the nature of the world in which we live and the dangers to our rights and laws therein, helps us to show the necessary clarity and firmness in defending precisely the principles of international law.
Years ago, they had him frozen cryogenically, hoping someday to find the cure for what killed him and bring him back to a waiting world. Now, through the miracle of modern science, they have found the cure. And that means it's your last chance to see Disney on Ice. See Walt for the last time before he's thought out and operated on. It's the chance of a lifetime. So grab the kids and take them to see the man who created Mickey Mouse. Disney on Ice. A Fun World Entertainment.
I have an announcement to make to everybody, because today I have accepted an offer to pitch for the Chicago Cubs for $2 million a year. Am I worth it? Sure. You bet. You bet. You better believe that I am. Because I am a pitcher who can also hit. For this, they should be paying me $20 million. And if I bring a pennant to Chicago, who can say how much money that is worth to them at the game? And if they don't like it, I will play basketball.
The flight's open.
A recent article in the Journal of Business and Medicine reports in the next few months, millions of Americans will be tested for drugs at their place of work. You could be one of them. That's why you should know about HDT, the inexpensive do-it-yourself home drug test from Paz Laboratories. Try to remember, HDT is the fast, reliable, confidential way to find out if you've been using drugs.
HDT from Paz, the Easter egg people.
Conference Line with Steve Casper in Washington.
In recent months, the world of TV evangelism has been rocked by revelations of infighting and scandal. To plumb these murky depths, we've brought together several of TV's foremost religious broadcasters. And we'll lead off with the one who would be president, the Reverend Pat Robertson.
You ready to roll?
Yes, we are, Reverend. How do you account for the moral collapse of some TV ministries?
The world's all going to hell, and we don't want to have anything to do with it.
Okay, but how about the PTL Club's Jim Baker? I mean, wasn't his affair with a 21-year-old secretary a wee bit out of line?
Any form of sexual expression is considered correct and should be encouraged or at least not denied.
Well, I'm surprised to hear you say that. Anyway, joining us now is the Crystal Cathedral's Dr. Robert Schuller. Dr. Schuller, do you agree with what he just said?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Do you think TV evangelism is in trouble?
Oh, definitely not.
Okay, but aren't some TV ministers just in it for the money?
I could neither confirm nor deny that. But I know the answer.
All right, thanks, Dr. Schuller. We'll get back to you later. But joining us now from Lynchburg, Virginia, is the Reverend Jerry Falwell. And speaking to us from Rome, Father Guido Sarducci. We'll start with you, Father Sarducci. What do you think of these TV evangelists?
Well, you know, in the Catholic Church, we do things a little differently. We make money the old-fashioned way. We play bingo. And we got this new thing, it's called monkey wrestling. We take these monkeys, grease them up.
Father, just to narrow down the issue, what needs to be done to restore confidence in these TV ministries?
Well, for one thing, you can't look to a guy like Robert Schuller.
You can't look to me, Robert Schuller.
You can't look to Billy Graham.
You can't look to Billy Graham.
You can't look to the Pope.
You can't look to the Pope.
What is it, the echo in here or something, or what?
All right, who do we look to? Reverend Robertson, who do we pray to, God?
There is no such thing as a God who answers prayers.
I think all he really cares about, all that really matters is when we die, you know, all he's going to ask us is, he's going to look us straight in the eye and say, you never ate meat on a Friday, did you? If you could say no, you got nothing to worry about.
Yes.
Yes. I'm sure that's true.
I think you absolutely hit the nail on the head.
Gentlemen, we have time for just one more question. If God were to appear to you and ask you to give up broadcasting for a job that virtually paid nothing but served the church, would you do it?
I'm a broadcaster. I love broadcasting, and I don't want to leave it.
And you, Father Sarducci?
I would if you threw in a car, you know, and some mileage and shorter hours.
Speaking of hours, we're out of time. For Conference Line, I'm Steve Casper. Good night.
There's something new from Colonel Gaddafi.
My brother and I have always enjoyed the Colonel's delicious chicken. And now he's got new homemade biscuits. Just like the ones the blessed Imam used to make. The blessed Imam never made meat biscuits? Oh, too bad. Imam always liked him best.
Gaddafi fried chicken, the one you better try. Gaddafi fried chicken, unless you want to die. Die, die, die! The chicken you better buy. Or else!
Now then, let's get one thing straight. You and the Holy Father are welcome to look around and you know, check out the artwork, have a good time and all that, but just don't touch nothing, okay? Because a lot of this stuff is real old, and we don't want you guys knocking any of this stuff over, you know what I mean? Now, this is a real good picture over here. You ought to like this. This is a beautiful number here. I think this is a guy who's sick, you know, like he maybe had too much wine or something, and his friends are saying, "Hey, Larry, get it together. Come on, put your clothes on." I'm going to take you into a room that's got a lot of statues and vases, so be careful. Yeah, right this way. Especially you, Father. Don't snag that cape on nothing, huh? Remember one thing. If you break it, you buy it.
This portion of Not Necessarily the News is brought to you by Tammy Baker Industrial Strength Cosmetics. Eyeshadow you can roll on. Mascara with the consistency of tempered steel. And foundation that hardens to a cement-like finish. Tammy Baker Industrial Strength Cosmetics for the lady who wants her makeup to last for life.
Badgers are in a 1-3-1. Kulik behind the back. Loudermilk goes up and scores. Loudermilk now has a career-high 14 points.
Loudermilk is playing superbly, Bill. By the way, next Friday night is Alumni Night here at the Coliseum. And by the way, Bill, Loudermilk's career high is 16 points, not 14.
You sure?
I'm sure about that, positive. I got the records right here. May 23rd against Utah State.
Oh, wait, let me check my stats against that.
You don't need to check the stats. I'm sure about this. I have a list right here.
Yeah, here they are. Boy, you print small.
Yeah, I always did. Where did you get that spiral notebook?
Well, the station gives them to me free.
Free?
Yeah, free.
You get them free? We have to pay for ours.
Dude.
Yeah.
We in the movie industry have determined that this deadly fungus on the face of the nation simply has to be erased. And one way, one small way.
Food and Drug Administration, Harris.
The Senate continued its investigation into Pentagon contractors today, exposing many more badly made and overpriced items.
It's outrageous.
Including this $600 toilet seat and $800 toupee. And taking a cue from the national campaign to find missing children by putting their pictures on milk cartons, the nation's distillers have offered to help out by printing photos of missing parents on liquor bottles. Now this.
What's this, Muriel? A new brand cereal?
It's new Fiber One. More fiber than any other cereal.
Not more than Kellogg's All Brand.
Fiber One has more.
More than Nabisco 100% brand?
Fiber One has more.
More than Tree?
What's Tree?
Tree is the ultimate fiber cereal, Muriel.
More than Bush?
Tree has twice as much as Bush.
New Tree with twice the fiber of Bush.
More than Log?
The Air Force announced today that it will begin supplying one of its most advanced weapons, the C-138 propaganda plane, to the government in El Salvador in the hope that it will intimidate that country's gullible rebel forces.
Attention, rebel troops. Attention, rebel troops. Put down your weapons and surrender. This is your final warning.
And Iraq, a country beset by war, has also been suffering through the worst drought in its history. Unfortunately, no one informed Iraq's top Olympic hopeful in the high dive, Uli al-Hassam. Hassam was not told that all non-essential use of water was strictly forbidden. Even though the government sent him a letter informing him of the new law, the letter was accidentally delivered to another Uli al-Hassam.
Are you without the pep and drive you need to cope with life? Maybe you're not getting enough rest. If you're like most people, you need to identify the many rest opportunities hidden in daily life. Say you're attending a top-level conference of world leaders called to solve urgent international problems. Why not bag a few Z's right there? Or picture yourself at a dull ceremony or a boring speech. A perfect opportunity to recharge your batteries. Perhaps your husband is being grilled by a Senate committee. Does that mean you can't grab a few winks? Sleep good any time of the day or night.
Very nice to see you. 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 Very nice to see you.
Very nice to see you. Very nice to see you. Very nice to see you. Very nice to see you. Very nice to see you. Very nice to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to see you. Very nice to see you. Very
Are you kind of goofy? Just out of high school? Unemployable? If the real army is just too serious, then join the silly army.
Act silly!
Join the silly army. Be as dumb as you can be.
Are you stupid or something? Can't you see what he wants? He's looking to screw you. For nothing. Can't you do something? Maybe you can convince these two idiots.
Where is the ladies' room?
No. It's back here. You're going the wrong way. Hey, back this way.
Back this way. But someone told me that... Excuse me. But would you tell me where I can find a ladies' room? I've been looking all over.
Yeah, back this way.
I don't care who pays. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care if it's right here.
Yes, the French postcard interest you? What do you think of her? Isn't she lovely? Yes, indeed. And how about this one? yes, only the best.
Excuse me. I'm looking for the ladies' room. Ronald, could you show me? I think it's down this way.
Jan, miss, how long can we go on like this? Your drinking has cost us all our friends and all our money. You lost your job, and last week you lost a child.
I know!
Janice, I think it's time for you to seek professional help.
Maybe we should both go!
Is this you? Are you one of the hundreds of bad actors currently appearing in dramatization ads for alcohol and drug addiction? If this sounds familiar, we can help. The School for Dramatization Actors, because you people have to learn to help yourselves before you can help others.
Later tonight on HBO, Chernyenko is remembered in Afghanistan.
The broadcast media was accused today of seriously underestimating the intelligence of the American public by grossly oversimplifying complex stories. Katharine Graham, publisher of The Washington Post, accused television newscasts of overdependence on high-tech special effects. Arthur Salzberger of the New York Times complained of an alarming increase in television's use of meaningless charts. And then a lot of other newspaper people said a lot of critical, negative things about TV news. Well, we in the television industry have a different view. By padding their stories with needless details and confusing language, the print media has alienated their readership, causing their circulation to plummet. However, newspapers do have a place in the broad media spectrum. They are, and will continue to be, important as background source material for those few isolated scholars that live in their ivory towers.
It was late at night, and I was driving down a dark street several miles from home when all of a sudden I saw something in the road that was reflecting in my headlights. I put on the brakes just in time to avoid hitting him. It's a good thing he was wearing his Heart's Glow-in-the-Dark collar.
The new Heart's Glow-in-the-Dark collar for his peace of mind and hers.
New from British Airways. Free drinks before takeoff during pilot happy hour.
Oh, Sherry, I'm suffering from premenstrual syndrome, followed by the physical and emotional agony of my regular menstrual cycle, only to wind up suffering from anxiety and the dull, throbbing pain of post-menstrual depression. What can I do?
Why not try Namatol? I take it every day of the month. It stops pain and depression altogether.
Every day? Doesn't it slow you down?
Oh, I lose things, forget appointments, sleep 21 hours a day, but it is worth it not to suffer female discomfort. Here, try some.
This Namatol really did the trick.
I know. I love it. Come on. I'll drive you home now.
Numitol, why should you have to feel anything ever again?
There's a problem with the coup. Everyone's set to go, but we don't know what to do about the president. Here's what Mr. Schultz came up with. We take him for a little ride. Bush will tell him some cock and bull story about some Mideast crisis. And then, I'm supposed to open the door at about 35 miles an hour, and Schultz pushes him out.
You don't sort of put him on the street somewhere. It's not exactly the best way to do it.
Of course, I agree. It's a crazy idea. I told him so. But that means that we're back to plan A. Chain him up inside the White House.
Why couldn't we create our own link to this chain?
It's going to happen. We are going to take over your father's crumbling, rotting government.
And I cannot tell you how happy that makes me.
Is Weinberger still with us?
We talked about it last night, and then I told him I was going to think about it some more, and if I had any more ideas, I'd leave him a note this morning when he got up, and so I just left him a note and said, we've thought it over, and we still think it's a great idea, and obviously he had still thought it over, because he had come up with a little diagram for how he thought it could happen.
This is great. Look at those tanks on Pennsylvania Avenue. Huh? Look at the troops in the Lincoln Memorial. I never realized how solid Cap was behind this. I can't believe how in tune we are. Marine, we are going to topple this government like a house of cards.
Sounds like fun.
Senator Dole, please. Senator, will you stop that? Will you stop making that noise, Senator? Please, will you stop that? Thank you.
I'm Marcia Louie.
I'm Ted Dewey.
And I'm Phil Huey, and
This is
The Huey
Dewey
and Louie.
News Conference.
The Huey, Dewey, and Louie News Conference is brought to you by 3-in-1 Oil. Now, here's Marcia Louie.
Thank you, and good
Afternoon, our guest today is
top advisor
to the president on budgetary
matters, Mr.
H.A. Carruthers III.
Mr. Carruthers.
How is the administration going to
Deal with the
staggering deficit? Is there...
a way out?
Who asked that?
I did.
Mr. Carruthers.
Well, the president feels, and I have to agree with him, that the quickest route to a balanced budget is a thriving economy.
But many
experts are saying that the
only possible solution
is to raise
taxes. You don't
agree?
No, I don't. Taxes take money out of the hands of the consumer and put it into the hands of the bureaucrats, who simply allocate those funds to worthless public programs.
But aren't some of those
programs meant
to create consumers through job training,
early education,
and summer employment
for teenagers?
Yes, to some extent that's true, but let me ask you a question. Why is it that every time there's a government shortfall in revenue, the remedy suggested is always more taxes? Why?
That's a
good question.
And we'll
get to it right after
we come back
from this commercial.
Ichibe no yuno wa ayen desu. You do not build your future at the expense of the grace and beauty of your past.
Now join Newsbrief, already in progress.
Isted the shrunken head dangling from a chandelier. I'll have the beginning of that sentence plus all the news right after this.
From 11:28 in the morning to 7:22 in the evening on July 13th, 1985, George Bush was President of the United States. Join the NNTN News team tomorrow night as they examine this remarkable period in American history, devoting an entire evening of programming to the Bush Presidency, a look back. And if time permits, we'll run some classic cartoons from the 30s and 40s. That's the Bush Presidency, a look back, tomorrow night.
And with us now is Phil Noir with another of his insightful reports. Well, what's it today, Phil? Drugs, prostitution, kidnapping, murder?
Something far more insidious, Bob. Our story takes place in Hollywood. Tinseltown, Glitterland, the showbiz capital of the world. Home of the stars, the Walk of Fame. Where sunset meets vine, where boy meets girl. Where dreams...
I get the picture, Phil. Just go on.
This is how it happened, Bob. I was on the trail of some penny-ante, two-bit, not-worth-a-nickel, small-change producer who was shooting stag flicks on the sly on the studio back lot. You know, girly movies. I was sweating bullets, spitting cotton, and shaking like a leaf. Meaningless metaphors swam before my eyes as I imagined what was going on behind that door. What would I see? Some innocent small-town girl forced into a celluloid tryst to pay the rent? A sleazy one-reeler her own father might see at his next Elks reunion? But no, it was worse, much worse. It was me. But why? Then it hit me like a ton of bricks. They were colorizing my old reports. These were the fiends who made Jimmy Cagney's suit polyester blue in Yankee Doodle Dandy. The monsters who thought it might be funny to have Violet wear purple dresses in It's a Wonderful Life. Now I was their target in a fiendish plot to add color to old classics, such as my news reports, and destroy black and white altogether. No more black and white over my dead butt. Someone smacked me with something cold and lead. Suddenly, everything got colorized. It was all a horrible nightmare. I still haven't gotten over it.
Listen, Philly, can I be honest with you? I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, I like seeing movies in color. What's your problem?
You've pushed me before, Charles. But this time you're stepping over the line.
Don't you ever put down black and white, ever! You got me. Yeah, Phil. Yeah, fine. I understand. Just calm down, please.
Bad enough we gotta have sound. Whatever happened to the silent movies? And for that matter, whatever happened to Nickelodeons? They were swell. And where are they now?
I don't...
Well,
there with the facts. In black and white, as always. Film noir.
Why don't you belch yourself?
Say, that's mighty good advice. And while you're at it, why don't you all belch your wife or your girlfriend?
Come on, America. Get tough. Beat up somebody today.
Hi, hon. What can I do for you?
Oh, yeah. Let me have 3 pieces of bubble gum and a couple of those Brand X rubbers.
Sure thing, hon. But are you still using Brand X's?
Yeah, why?
Well, it's simple, sweetie. It's just that Spartans are a lot stronger, up to 12 times stronger.
Really?
Watch this. Ordinary latex condoms are made of ordinary condom latex, but Spartans are custom crafted from latex I-95.
Hell, lady, you convinced me. Better make it a dozen of those Spartans.
Sure thing, hon. They're the choice of professionals.
New Spartans. Ask for them by name.
He's cute, he's a beaut, he's got a real sharp snoot. Who? Mr. Tomato Head. Give him arms and legs, let him smoke a pipe. He might get kind of messy, but that's only 'cause he's ripe. Who? Mr. Tomato Head. There are glasses for his eyes and a hat for his head. This is one tomato who's better red than dead. Who? Mr. Tomato Head.
Mr. Tomato Head, fun for the whole family from Garden Toys.
Sue, are you feeling all right?
Yes, Ellen, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yes, goddammit, I'm fine. Do you understand? Fine. I don't have chiggers, dropsy, halitosis, gas, constipation, nausea, ingrown toenails, or chapped lips. And just once in my life, I'd like to come into this goddamn office just once without you cramming some concoction down my throat. And now, for the love of God, leave me alone!
Listen, Sue. I think I know what you need. Pink slip? A new job, Sue. You're fired. You see, we here at Arbor Pharmaceuticals believe in the constant, almost relentless consumption of over-the-counter drugs to help support a failing American economy. And, well, with that kind of attitude, you just don't have the kind of team spirit we're looking for. So, clean out your desk, bitch.
You know, I've got this nagging, achy feeling.
Really? I think I know what your problem
is. And this pounding sensation, and look at this psoriasis. I mean,
A public service message from Arbor Pharmaceuticals. Help America. Take drugs.
I'm Mike Wallace. I'm Morley Safer. I'm Harry Reisner.
And I'm Ed Bradley.
And this is 60 Minutes. Tonight we take a probing look at crime in America. Hey, come back with that. That's our line. Hey, wait a minute. Come back. That's our line.
And now, here's Helen St. Thomas with some of the major international stories of 1986.
Thanks, Bob. Well, if you had to limit yourself to just one word to describe this past year around the globe, it would have to be terrorism. Terrorists and their benefactors continue to hold much of the world hostage, with such figures as Muammar Gaddafi, Abu Nidal, and the Ayatollah Khomeini responsible for much of this nasty business. Give me the beat!
I'm sitting at the news desk and I'm reading nasty news. Nasty boys, who's that holding hostages? Nasty boys.
Helen?
Who's that bombing all the cars? Who? Nasty boys. Nasty boys. They don't mean a thing.
Helen?
It's Miss St. Thomas if you're asking. Oh, nasty boys.
Mom, back to you.
We'll have more after this.
It's out of this world science fiction adventure tonight on V, as the visitors attempt to infiltrate the Vatican. Do they or don't they? Find out tonight on V.
Hello, welcome to another installment of Sniglets. You know, the English language is almost 1,500 years old, but it's just not complete. That's why it's important for you to help finish the English language by using these words whenever possible. The snackmosphere is the explosive layer of air at the top of a potato chip bag. The act of rotating one's head in an effort to read a record label is known as ARPing. Trying to cram one more object into a garbage can so as to avoid having to empty it is garb-paction. That deceiving black ring that makes you think there are still 3 inches of cola left is the Bevamirage. The small, unnamed satellites that form around the major pancake during its formation are called Jemimites.
That's $1.79.
Any person who holds up the entire line while he writes a check for 3 items...
Is it the first or second? I can't remember.
The third is a chirk.
Oh, you know, I've got coupon.
Oh, God.
The act of having the checker embarrass you in front of the entire supermarket...
Frank, can I have a price check on the giant can of Pruex? It's a jock itch powder?
...is called amplifliction. By all means, keep those Snigglets coming. Send them to Snigglets, Post Office Box 2350, Hollywood, California, 90078. By the way, the person who always tries to go in through a door clearly marked out is a dork.
The match was eventually won by the challenger Kasparov, but not before a lengthy delay caused by an attack of killer bees. Karpov, seen here playing the white pieces, blamed his loss on the distraction caused by the bees, but most thought it just a case of sour grapes. Now this.
Just plug in the clapper and a television, lamp, stereo, almost anything you want to clap on and off.
Clap on, clap off, clap on, clap off, the clapper.
The clapper.
Clap on, clap off, clap on, clap off, the clapper.
Hey, honey?
Give it a big hand.
That was wonderful, thank you. There couldn't be a better beginning for a show saluting Broadway than hearing the overture from South Pacific. To me, one of the most exciting things in the world is a young performer getting his first break in show business, whether on Broadway or summer stock or with the local little theater. When I was young, 84 years ago, I had to try, and my biggest break came when I got a part in a musical drama called Lute Song. It gave me the chance to perform each night and observe at close range a brilliant performer I had adored and known since I was a teenager. I'm so happy that Mary Martin is with us today, along with her friend and colleague, John Ritter, the grand finale of this year's Young Artists at the White House. They brought with them some exceptional and gifted young people, all of whom are very great. I know they're as thrilled as I am at this chance to help these young people on their way. And as a traditional part of show business, for me, Mary Martin is show business. My dear friend.
Emotional for me. But do you remember this song when we were on stage together? I meant the words then, and I mean them even more now.